Hello, hello. Lunch bunch. That's what I'm gonna dub this call. It's the lunch bunch. So I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes to see if there's anybody who will be able to jump on. I know there's a lot of working mamas and papas, and this is a difficult time, but maybe there's some that will jump on. I know this is kind of like an awkward time while you're waiting for people to jump on and to join you. So when you come on, if you can just give me a heart or a like or an emoji, just so that I know I'm not talking to the wall. Ooh. Or maybe I will just be talking to the wall today, right? So I'm going to be talking today about how Beachbody has impacted my life. I'm currently in an empty bedroom. We have had some renovations going on in my house. Complete gut job of our kitchen. Our tile was lifted up. It hasn't been that big of a nightmare that I thought it was going to be, thank God. So it's truly been a blessing. So I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it just yet. Let's see. I know there's a delay, so what else can I entertain you with? All right. Well, let me make sure I'm actually in the right place. How about that? Because maybe I'm in the wrong space. All right, so I've got somebody on. Yeah, I think I'm in the right place. All right. Hey, Charlie. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for a couple of people to jump on just in case somebody wanted to catch it live. If not, I'll get started on that in just a few seconds. I want to respect everybody's time and make sure that I get through all this in a fair amount of time so that I don't hold people back from what they need to be doing. All right, so a couple of people are on. Hi guys, give me an emoji or something so I know that you're on. Just got some loving from my husband. All right, so I wanted to welcome you. You can't hear me. Uh-oh. You can't hear me at all? That's not good. I'm not connected to Bluetooth. Maybe it's on your end? Uh-oh. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Speak a little louder. Okay, so I'm in a really bad spot here. Is that better? You hear me? All right. So I'll speak loudly like if I was in the classroom again. Okay, perfect. All right, so I was just being too, I don't know what the word is. All right, so we have a few people on the live, and I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on this live. I know you all are very busy, and hey Tab, and I just want to respect your time and make sure that I just really just share my story with you, and hopefully it impacts you to decide to get started, to jump into coaching with us, because it truly has been a blessing. So I'm going to talk to you about how Beachbody has impacted my life. Yes, you know, there is income involved, but there's so much more to it than just that. So I've been a coach for almost 5 years. January 8th will be my 5-year anniversary, or coach-iversary as we like to call it. And my journey actually started December of 2013. Yes, right before Christmas. Crazy, right? Nah, I'm kind of crazy that way. So it started in December 2013 when I asked my husband to buy me Focus T25 for Christmas. Yeah. He was not really canny. Like, he wasn't canny. He wasn't excited about buying that for me for Christmas. He wanted to get me clothes or a gift card to a store to buy clothing. But I told him I'm not feeling great. I don't feel good in my body. I don't feel fabulous. I'm not going to go anywhere and shop for clothes, and the gift card is not going to be used. So much to his chagrin, he went ahead and bought D25 for me without the shake. Thank you very much. I was a super skeptic. Yeah, my coach Christina, I bow down to her with the patience that she had for me, because I was like, all the shakes are the same. I don't need that shake, I have this shake. Okay, I started T25 December 17th. 3 weeks later, everybody in the group started to see results. They were losing weight and I gained weight. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to buy this shake. And what I did, I was smart about it, I went ahead and I signed up as a coach for the discount only. I didn't want anybody to talk to me about this business opportunity. I wanted nothing to do with the business. My husband and I were part of network marketing companies before, and they just felt icky, and I just didn't want it, right? It's like, no, not having it. So I enjoyed the discount, and God, of course, decides that, you know, he's got a different plan for you, right? So on January 17th, I still remember what I was wearing. I still remember when it happened. I was cooking dinner and my husband approached me and I was in the corner of the kitchen. I leaned back on the counter and asked him, what's wrong? He had this look of panic, sheer terror in his eyes that I honestly never want to see in my life again. And he told me, babe, I don't know how we're gonna make the payments this month. And I was like, okay. So in my mind, I was thinking back to all these success stories that I heard and I saw and I witnessed of women retiring from their corporate positions, women planning on retiring. They were just perfectly on track. Moms coming home to their children, income being supplemented where people can pay off debt or going on vacation. I was like, okay, what can I do to really contribute more to our income? I was a teacher. My salary was capped. There was no bonuses happening in the classroom. I wish there were, but there weren't. And I was a private school teacher, so I was making about 10 grand less than a public school teacher. Yeah. So I said, and I silently resolved, I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna contribute and I'm gonna do what I can to make an extra $150 to pay for groceries. That's it. Listen to that again. I went all in with this business to pay for groceries because I didn't want my husband to panic again. And here I am 5 years later, and that $150 to pay for groceries turned into paying for my children's after school activities without having to worry about the financial budget that we had set for the household. Went into a car payment, and slowly but surely and consistently that became a huge deal. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So it grew and the business was growing and we had coaches joining our team and people kept commenting to me, what are you doing? Why are you losing weight? And all I did was share my journey, right? And so I was just enjoying myself, enjoying that, enjoying helping other women just really embrace who they were and go forward for their dreams and feeling good in their body, right? And then God has a way of shaking things up. And on February 14th, 2017, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic lung cancer. Told you to bring the tissues. And when that happened, of course, our world was shaken completely. And it was in that moment that I had to make a decision. It was stage 4. We knew it was terminal, and the treatment that she was going to be getting was just to give her more time. That was it. And my husband and I sat down and we decided, you know what? You need to take a leave of absence. He told me, take that leave of absence from the classroom in June, let them know you're not coming back. In the next school year, you just go ahead and you take care of your mom. And this business was still here, and it was still moving, and it was still growing, and my team was succeeding, and you know, and it was, for me, my workouts were my escape and a way for me to be sane in a time when it can be totally and completely chaotic. And so I took that year off to be my mother's caregiver 24/7. I took her to her chemo treatments and I sat in the chair next to her. I took her to radiation, made sure I was the person that was answering all the questions and asking all the questions to doctors, I became her advocate. And I was still making that income. How impactful is that? I was still contributing to our finances, even though I stepped away from the classroom for a year. And nobody can take that away from me, right? Because this was mine. And I decided how much I wanted to work, how little I wanted to work, how much time I can spend with my mom, how much time I can spend with my family. And there was that time freedom that came with this. And it was amazing. You know, in this time of such sadness and grief and just challenges, this was my light. And I tell you, and why, and this is so important because for a full year I took care of my mom and this business kept churning, right? And a year to the day of my mom's diagnosis, she passed away. I'm sorry. I was there for her every moment. I was there when she took her last breath. And all because I was able to be there for her because of this. I'm sorry. While I was completely devastated at the loss of one of the most precious beings in my life, there was peace. There was peace in knowing that I was there for her. I can't imagine what it would have been like for me if I could not have left the classroom. If I had to do this while still teaching full-time. I don't know how that could have happened. You know, prepping for a substitute, asking my administrator for days off, wondering if I'd be able to get the days off. You know, and it just wouldn't have happened. And today, I sit in front of you, officially retired from the classroom. Because that year that I spent with my mom was challenging, and it was sad, and it was just chaos. But my husband and I were also able to see the blessing that it was for me to be home with my family, where I was the one picking up my kids from school when they were sick, where I was the one in charge of the household, where everything was done during the week and my husband could relax during the weekend. We could actually enjoy each other's company rather than the rat race of laundry and cleaning and groceries and all these things. There was a flow that we had never experienced before. And, you know, while, you know, I have this huge loss and this grief that I carry daily, this business and my tribe, our team, my sister coaches, my brother coaches, we are in this together, and they have been an absolute blessing in my life too. They're the support and the love and the encouragement that I'm flooded with from this community is just amazing. And, you know, while I loved my job as a teacher and I loved my little pollitos, my little chicks that I used to call them, you know, the teaching profession has changed, and it was my time to just move on. And I'm still teaching. I'm just teaching adults. I'm just teaching women to embrace who they are and to know that they have power and to stand in their power and to become who they want to be, and that they know that they're made for greatness and they can achieve that. Like, there's nothing stopping them. And going through this process with my mom and, you know, standing up for her and advocating for her grew me as a person too. And I'm able to transfer that into my team, transfer that into my challengers, to those who I invite to start a workout program. And it starts there. It starts in believing in somebody else. And, you know, the fact that I didn't want anything to do with Shakeology or with the Beachbody opportunity. Like, it blows my mind, but I was the biggest skeptic, so I get it. Like, if somebody tells me, no, I don't want anything to do with that, I get it, I understand. And, you know, I just wanted to share the impact, and I'm so sorry I broke down, but I wanted to share the impact of this business. I mean, it can be as simple as, you know, getting groceries, and that's it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But maybe it'll grow into something else. Like, I never thought that I would leave the classroom. That was my thing. I was fulfilled. That was my purpose. But, you know, life takes you on these winding roads and shows you that maybe there's something else for you out there. Maybe there's something else that you can tap into that helps you reach that potential that you have just sitting there. So I want to leave you with this. I know I've gone over the 10 minutes and I'm so sorry about that, but listen, we get jazzed about this business, right? So I leave you with this. If you're just a little curious about what I shared or what any of the ladies share with you today, go for it. Go in. Go all in, because this can be a huge blessing. This can impact your life in ways that you can't even imagine. And if you decide not to, enjoy the discount. Enjoy the discount. There's value there, right? What's the worst that can happen? You can get in the best shape of your life and you feel amazing, right? So I want to leave you with that. If you're curious, go all in. Go for it. Ask the coach that invited you to come in, ask them questions. If you're still needing help in deciding what to do, go ahead and talk to them, because I know for a fact that if you have just that little feeling of curiosity, or you're like, man, maybe that can work for me too, jump in and go for it. So I leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening. I know I went a little bit over time, but thank you. Appreciate you, and enjoy the rest of the day, because the rest of the speakers are going to be wow. All right, guys, have an amazing day.